Have you ever noticed that the less you care about something, the more someone else seems to care about it? Today we're going to talk about a quirky idea that could change your love life. What if giving up the chase makes you more desirable? Today we're going to talk about a fascinating mix of modern relationship dynamics and ancient Stoic wisdom. Stoicism teaches us the importance of being emotionally independent and focusing on our own growth. It also says that the less we look for approval from others, the more it comes to us. This may seem counterintuitive, but research and personal stories show that people who are hard to get are often sought after. In this video, we'll show you how to master the art of strategic detachment to improve your appeal and your own peace of mind. Stay tuned as we find out if this Stoic approach to relationships can help your personal life. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more interesting material on how ancient philosophy can help you deal with modern problems. Now first, show her you have other things on your mind. One of the main ideas behind Stoicism is to focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't. Using this in your relationships, especially with women, can make you much more attractive. Instead of constantly looking for approval and attention, which can make you seem needy or desperate, showing your independence sends a strong message. Women naturally like men who have lives and interests outside of relationships. If you're not always available and sometimes ignore her, it shows that you are fully involved in other things that make you happy. Focusing on your hobbies, personal growth, and passions shows that you are independent and able to handle yourself, which are qualities that women naturally find attractive. Think about a man who loves mountain climbing. On the weekends, he spends time exploring new trails, getting better at the sport, and enjoying the solitude and challenge of nature. When he talks about these experiences, he doesn't just tell a story. He shows a life that is full and vibrant with or without her. This shows that he can take care of himself, which indirectly suggests that he would be a supportive and balanced partner if the relationship grows. Men also show emotional strength by choosing who they pay attention to. They don't drop everything when a woman shows interest. Instead, they stick to their plans and goals, which builds a relationship based on mutual admiration and respect. This fits with the Stoic idea of being strong and not letting outside approval change your mind. When done with good intentions, ignoring a woman shows maturity, confidence, and self-assurance, all of which make a man more attractive. It's not about manipulating her, it's about staying strong and focused. By doing this, you create an air of mystery and challenge that can be very attractive. Women are usually more interested in men who are strong-willed and have a clear sense of what they want. Remember that the point is not to make her feel unimportant, but to show that you care about your own life and interests. Being independent and involved at the same time can lead to a deeper, more meaningful connection where both partners value and accept each other's uniqueness. Number 2. Show that your time is valuable. Ignoring a woman for a while can show that your time is valuable and that you have other things that are more important to you. This kind of behavior shows a strong sense of self-respect and worth, which can be very attractive. People who put their own wants and goals first are more likely to be liked by women than people who are always there for them. If a woman contacts you while you're busy with something important, like a project or hanging out with friends, you shouldn't drop everything to answer her right away. Instead, you could politely tell her you're busy, but will get back to her later. This shows that you have responsibilities and aren't just waiting for her call. This behavior shows that you are independent and reliant, which are traits that high-value men look for. It also shows that you are sure of yourself enough to wait until she understands and values the value of your time. By not putting her ahead of everything else, You teach her to respect your time, and then you tell her to do so. I respect and admire you. Also think about a work-related situation. You're working on a project that needs your full attention when she calls or texts you, but you decide to answer during your break or after finishing a big part of your work. When you do, you can say, "I was in the middle of a project and wanted to give it my full attention. How can I help you now?" This shows that you are dedicated to your work and put your responsibilities ahead of casual interactions. Using Stoic ideas and concepts. If you don't try too hard to please others, you keep your inner peace and personal integrity. This not only makes you more attractive, but it also leads to a healthier, more balanced relationship where both people value and respect each other's time and boundaries. By valuing your time, you set a standard for how others should treat you, and you become a man of substance who isn't easily swayed or distracted. This strength of character is incredibly attractive and can make women want to be with you because they know they need to earn a place in your life rather than being given to them. So the next time you feel like dropping everything for her, remember your worth and act in a way that shows it. By doing this, you not only boost your self-respect, but it also makes you more attractive, which leads to healthier, more balanced relationships. Number 3. Put your trust and faith in yourself. In the world of Stoicism, confidence and self-assurance are two of the most attractive traits a man can have. These traits aren't just about how a man looks. They come from his inner strength and sense of his own worth. Men of high value who know how to not care about women show that they are aware of their own worth and won't settle for anything less. This behavior shows that he is in charge of his feelings. Stoic philosophy is based on the idea that you should keep your inner peace and use your mind. Imagine a man named John who follows these principles. He knows that his worth doesn't come from eternal approval, but from his character and ideals. When he meets a woman, he doesn't try to get her approval or love right away. Instead, he stays cool and collected, showing that he has patience and self-respect. John is taking care of his own mental and moral health by not worrying too much about winning her love. This method lets John carefully choose when and how to interact with women. He doesn't let short-lived feelings or shallow appeals affect his decisions about relationships. Instead, he bases them on mutual respect and shared values. He chooses to ignore a woman who doesn't see his worth. He is patient and has a lot of respect for himself. Women are often drawn to this kind of behavior because they find him confident and mysterious. Keeping discipline and setting limits, even if he knows he has limits, can give a man an even more attractive aura that makes women want to be with him even more. The fact that John doesn't give in to outside pressures and sticks to his own beliefs is something that women find very beautiful. It shows that he is a man of substance, someone who is not easily swayed or manipulated. Stoicism teaches that real confidence comes from within. When a man stops thinking too much about women and works on improving his own virtues and emotional intelligence, he becomes more attractive on his own. Women are interested in men who are sure of themselves and confident because these traits show strength, stability, and a deep understanding of one's own worth. By following Stoic principles and putting self-respect and inner peace first, men can become magnetic figures who attract and inspire others. Remember this as you go through life and relationships. Be sure of yourself and confident. Let go of the need for approval from other people and instead work on improving your own character. If you do this, women will chase after you and you'll be happier and more fulfilled in your own life. Independence. When a woman feels like you're not too interested in her or desperately trying to get her attention, it can make her more interested in you. Putting some space between you and someone adds a sense of mystery that can be very appealing. Appeals to our natural curiosity. When we don't get the reaction we expect from someone, we often think there's more to their behavior. In other words, when someone we're interested in seems to ignore us, our desire to understand their reasons can grow. Let's say you're talking to a woman who gives mixed signals instead of responding right away or looking for her approval. Step back. You shouldn't be rude or dismissive, but instead show that you have a life of your own and aren't only thinking about her. By doing this, you show that you value your time and space, which can be very attractive. Watch her reaction. If she starts to seek your attention or interact with you more, it could mean that your absence has sparked a newfound interest in you. She might feel like she has something interesting and valuable to offer you if you don't bother to investigate her. This approach comes from the Stoic philosophy, which says to focus on what we can control and let go of what we can't. By not over-investigating, you show that your happiness and sense of self-worth don't depend on outside factors, but come from within. To put it simply, when you stop caring so much about what a woman thinks or how she reacts, you gain power. This doesn't mean you should be indifferent or cold, but rather that you should have a balanced approach to relationships. If you value your independence, people will automatically respect and be attracted to you. Women like guys who are sure of themselves and able to do things on their own because it shows that you are strong and capable. When you work with women, using Stoic ideals means you know how important self-control and emotional strength are. When you show that you can stay calm and independent no matter what's going on around you, it shows that you have a lot of inner strength. Remember that independence doesn't mean being alone. It means being self-reliant and emotionally stable. It means showing that you have your own life interests and goals. And while you're open to sharing them with someone special, you're not dependent on their attention for your happiness. This attitude is very attractive because it shows that you're mature and well-rounded. So the next time you're too focused on getting a woman's attention, remember the Stoic principle of independence and show her that you have your own life and aren't desperately seeking her approval will not only make you more attractive, but it will also help you be your best self. Embrace your inner strength and let your independence shine through. True number 5. Create interest. When a man ignores a woman on purpose, he plays on her natural need to feel wanted and valued. This can make her want to chase him even more. Research indicates that women are often attracted to men who aren't easily won over and who maintain an air of mystery by not constantly seeking her attention. A man demonstrates that he is self-sufficient and not desperate for her approval. This is a clear reflection of Stoic teachings where one's worth is not dependent on external validation. For example, think about Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor. He believed in focusing on his duties and responsibilities rather than seeking praise or attention from others. Similarly, when man refrains from constantly trying to win a woman's favor, he shows that he has a life filled with purpose and goals, independent of her validation. This behavior is attractive because it signals strength and self-assurance qualities that women find intriguing. Moreover, by maintaining a bit of mystery, a man can rejuvenate a relationship that has grown monotonous. Introducing an element of intrigue can rekindle a woman's interest and add excitement to their connection. Think of it as a way to keep the spark alive. When a woman doesn't know what to expect, she's more interested in what he's going to do next. Stoic advice also teaches us about the power of moderation and restraint. While it's important to be interesting, it's also important to find the right balance. If you ignore her for too long, she might lose interest or feel ignored. The key is to be unpredictable in a measured way. Show interest in affection, but don't make it your main focus. By doing this, you stay true to your own identity and values. which are central to Stoicism. Let's look at a real-life example. When you're in a long-term relationship and things have started to feel routine, giving each other some space and stepping back can bring back the excitement and anticipation in your relationship. This doesn't mean you stop loving her or become cold. Instead, it means you create moments of absence that make her miss you and appreciate your presence more when you're together. This strategy can work especially well in today's world, where constant communication is the norm. By not being readily available, you stand out and show that you have a life outside of the relationship. In essence, by taking this approach, you embody the Stoic ideal of being in charge of your emotions and actions, making her feel compelled to chase you. Remember that the goal is not to play games or manipulate, but to truly adopt a Stoic mindset. If you do what makes you happy, you naturally give off an air of mystery and confidence that makes people want to be a part of your life. Number 6. Activate her pursuit instinct. One important part of human interaction, especially in romantic relationships, is the idea of ignoring a woman's search instinct. Using a woman can be a powerful way to trigger this instinct, making her more interested in you. This may seem counterintuitive, but it fits with our evolutionary history. Our ancestors relied on the hunt and the chase to survive and reproduce. These primal drives have changed over time, but they still affect our subconscious behaviors. When we find something new or desirable, our instinct is to pursue it until we get it. This idea also works for attracting women. By putting some distance between you and her and sparking her chase instinct, you encourage her to close the gap and move closer to you. For example, if someone texts or messages you all the time, it might be flattering at first, but after a while, it can get annoying and you may even lose interest. This is called intermittent reinforcement, and it means that unpredictable rewards keep us more interested than consistent ones. Women often find this unpredictability intriguing and exciting, preferring it over a predictable, steady emotional connection. By maintaining your own emotional balance and not overly chasing after a woman, you not only protect your peace of mind, but also become more attractive to her. She starts to see you as a man with his own life interests and values, someone who is not desperate for her attention. Here's an illustration. Suppose you're always available for her, always agreeing to meet whenever she wants. While this might seem like a way to show your interest, it often backfires. She might start to take you for granted, assuming that you will always be there. However, if you focus on your own goals, hobbies and social life, and occasionally decline her invitations because you are genuinely busy, she will start to see you in a different light. She'll begin to wonder what you're up to and why you're not always available, which can make her more interested and invested in pursuing you. Think of it like this. Stoicism stresses how important it is to stay calm inside and not let outside events cause you to lose your temper. If you're always looking for approval from a woman, you're letting someone else's actions control your peace of mind. By taking a step back and not being available all the time, you recover your power and show that your happiness doesn't depend on her attention alone. Setting off a woman's followed. Being unavailable sometimes, like an instinct, is in line with Stoic ideas. It helps you keep your self-respect and emotional stability while also making you more attractive. Remember that the key is to focus on your own life and let her come to you. This way, you create an air of mystery and independence, which are both very attractive traits. This way of thinking not only fits with Stoic knowledge, but it also makes your relationships healthier and more balanced. 7th, you're not desperate for attention in Stoicism. Focusing on what you can control is wise. You can't change how other people respond, but you can change how you act and think. Women are attracted to men who follow this principle. When you don't need other people to approve of you, You show that you are self-sufficient and happy with your own life. This makes you more attractive because it shows that you are emotionally strong and resilient. Here are some examples of how to ignore women effectively and tastefully, showing self-control and confidence. If you're having a conversation with a woman, whether it's just small talk or something more serious, when the conversation starts to wind down, politely say goodbye and walk away. Don't hang around hoping for another chance to talk to her. You're not being rude. You're just showing her that you don't need her attention or approval as much as other people might. Stoic men value their own time and treat others with care, which makes it clear that they don't need anyone else's approval to feel good about themselves. It's common to flirt and communicate through texting these days, but overdoing it can come off as desperate and needy, especially if you don't know the person well. If you're interested in a woman but haven't built a deeper connection with her yet, send her a message every once in a while instead of texting her all day. This subtle approach fits with Stoic. Being moderate and self-controlled are very important in Stoicism. By not constantly trying to get her attention, you show that you're not relying on constant communication for your own worth. Don't chase after physical contact. Physical affection is a part of relationships, but it should be mutual and respectful. If you're having a conversation, it's fine to touch her arm for emphasis or hold hands if the relationship progresses, but don't keep trying for hugs or kisses if she's not ready. Give her space and let her come closer when she feels comfortable. This shows that you have self-control and respect for her boundaries, which are very attractive. Stoicism says that real power comes from controlling yourself and knowing what you can do. If you follow these rules when you're with women, you give them a sense of confidence and safety. Women are interested in guys who don't need to be liked, but instead live by their own values and principles. This method not only makes you more attractive, but it also helps you build relationships that are healthier and more polite. Number 8. Keeping her guessing about your thoughts and feelings about her by withholding attention and love can make the relationship more exciting. This lack of certainty makes her question your feelings, which can lead to more engaged relationships. Psychology says that this kind of behavior is called intermittent reward, and it has a big effect on relationships. Intermittent reinforcement is when a person gets different amounts of rewards for different behaviors over time. Now, let's connect this to Stoicism. Stoics believed that people should control their feelings and desires, stressing how important it is to be strong inside and able to do things on their own. If you stop caring so much about what other people think or feel about you, you are practicing Stoic principles. You are focusing on your own life values and goals instead of constantly seeking approval from someone else. This way of thinking not only makes you stronger, but it also makes you more interesting and less predictable. For example, if you're interested in a woman, one day you might spend a lot of time with her having deep conversations and showing genuine interest. The next day you might be busy with your own hobbies or with friends and not give her the same level of attention. This keeps her guessing about how you really feel, which makes her more interested in you. Similarly, you might give her a sincere compliment one day, but not do so the next time you see her. This changes your behavior, which makes her want to win your approval and attention, which makes her chase you more actively. Stoic philosophy tells us to stay cool and collected, not letting our feelings control our actions. If you don't worry too much about how a woman reacts, you keep your own emotions in check and show confidence, which is attractive and can make her more interested in you. Staying calm and collected shows that you are not easily swayed by outside factors, which is a key principle of Stoicism. This approach not only helps you by keeping your emotions in check, but it also makes you seem more stable and reliable, which are qualities that people find very attractive. In conclusion, By applying Stoic principles and practicing intermittent reinforcement, you can make your relationships more exciting and interesting. Remember that the key is to focus on your own innocent build emotional stability in the Stoic world. Building emotional stability is a key part of living a healthy and happy life, especially when it comes to relationships with women. When you choose to ignore a woman, you show that you are emotionally stable and in control, which makes this idea even stronger. This shows that you are not easily moved by outside approval and that you have a strong sense of self-worth. To get a better idea of what it means to be stoic, think about the idea of ignoring what's going on around you and focusing on your inner state instead. When you show mental resilience, you show that your happiness and sense of self are not based on other people, even women. These traits of inner strength and self-reliance are very attractive. For example, if a woman is testing your limits or constantly seeking reassurance, don't react to her advances or attempts to get you to react right away. Instead, keep your cool. This doesn't mean being rude or cold. It means showing that you're strong by not letting what she does affect how you react. You show that you are emotionally mature and have self-control. In real life, if a woman is being difficult to get along with or sending mixed messages to, find out how interested you are, take your time, think about what you believe in, and then act on that. This kind of measured response not only shows that you are emotionally stable, but it also makes you stand out as someone who is grounded and sure of himself. By living by these Stoic principles, you naturally give off an air of confidence and stability. Women naturally like men with these traits because they show they have a strong foundation and can handle life's ups and downs with grace. When you stop worrying too much about getting approval and instead work on building your own inner strength, you become more attractive and interesting. Remember that emotional stability doesn't mean being cold or uninterested. It means keeping your cool in the face of chaos. It means showing that you can stay calm and collected no matter what challenges you face outside of yourself. This kind of resilience is not only attractive, but it's also necessary for making deep and lasting connections. Practicing Stoic principles and becoming emotionally stable will not only make your life better, but it will also make women more likely to pursue you because they will see you as a strong, reliable person who is worth their time and attention. This will not only make you more attractive, but it will also lead to deeper, more genuine relationships. Today we learned some interesting things about the subtle power of strategic detachment and how it relates to the age-old wisdom of Stoicism. Remember that focusing on your own growth, instead of constantly seeking approval from others, can make you more appealing and lead to more genuine, respectful relationships. Stoicism says that being indifferent is not the point. The point is to value yourself and keep your emotional independence, which makes you more attractive in a strange way. Keep your cool and your independence. Let the goal of self-improvement and inner peace guide you instead of the temporary approval of others. If you work on these virtues, you'll not only look better to other people, but you'll also be happier with your own life. Thanks for joining us on this journey to look at how ancient philosophy can help us understand modern relationships. Don't forget to like and share this video if it helped you. Your participation helps us get bigger and keep giving you good material. Leave a comment below with your thoughts or experiences about today's topic. We love hearing from you and seeing how these ideas apply to your own lives. For more videos on how Stoicism can change your daily life, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. Also, if you want to learn more about how Stoicism can help with personal relationships, check out these recommended videos. Always remember that investing in yourself is the best thing you can do. Until next time.